So hello everybody, how y'all doing? So we're gonna do an unboxing and a first reaction to this Blue Eyes White Destiny structure deck. One of the two Yu-Gi-Oh decks that I actually have left from like about 15 years ago is actually a mixed Blue Eyes and Dark Magician deck that I made. So this Blue Eyes structure deck is great because I get to, play with some cards that I like playing, like an archetype that I like playing. So yeah, this is just like a quick brief view of an old Yu-Gi-Oh deck that I made where I mixed Dark Magician and Blue Eyes. I first created it during one of the Yu-Gi-Oh games for DS, and it was so good in the game, I made a version of it in like real life. And so also make sure that check out the other videos on my page to know more about Battle Aura, my Yu-Gi-Oh inspired TCG. We have two starter decks available. We have the Anubis one, which is based off of the first Yu-Gi-Oh Blue Eye starter deck. And then we have the Archangel Michael one, which is based off of the Dark Magician starter deck, the Yugi one, the first one. So make sure that y'all check that out. This game is very fun. I made some improvements and I made some changes, like you could do a face down attack mode and lots of other interesting improvements and new features. So make sure that y'all check that out. Now, I believe that this box comes with one card that's like a special rarity, and then it has a chance of being like a super high rarity or whatever. So I'm gonna give my reaction. Whoa. So I'm gonna give my reaction to one look of this structure deck, right? And then for the other two structure decks, I'm gonna just take a look at the special card and see what special rarity card they gave, as it doesn't make sense to do a reaction to the same deck 3 times. Okay, let me get this. Wow, this deck is kind of like hard to get out. There it goes. Okay, got it out finally. So let's see what's the special card we got. Okay, Wishes of Eyes of Blue. So I don't think this is a high rarity one, like the highest, like the quarter century rare one, but this is still cool. Wishes of Eyes of Blue, hollow, cool. Let's take a look at this deck. Let's see what cards is in here. Oh, and also I'm gonna build the Blue Eyes deck and see how competitive I can make it. I know a lot of people had success with just 3 copies of the structure deck, winning locals and stuff like that. I don't plan to play Blue Eyes Primite, or at least not right now, because I'm just getting back into the TCG, but I'll consider it maybe in the future. Let's see, Yu-Gi-Oh! Neron. Experience the next generation of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards in a digital. Okay, Master Duel is dope. Fortunately, this isn't free gems, neither for Duel Links. I gotta download these games again. Master Duel will probably help me get better with the deck. Okay. Now, oh yeah, so I'm not gonna play Primite Blue Eyes right now because I'm just getting into it and that's more of an investment, but I am gonna make the best deck that I can using 3 copies of the Blue Eye structure deck and using the cards that I pulled from Stampede. Now let's see. Indigo Silver Dragon. I don't see this card being used, but let's just see what the effect is. Well, I guess it depends on the builds. I don't see this used in Master Duel pretty much. Cannot attack directly unless this card has a normal monster-sized material. You can only use each of the following effects of Indigaz once per turn. If this card is XYZ summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. You can detach one material from this card, then target one normal in your graveyard spot. Okay, so I don't know. This seems like a pretty good effect. I just don't. Maybe I saw it once. Maybe I saw it used once in a YouTube video, but I'm gonna see. All right. Spirit of Isa Blue. I know this is one of the main cards. You cannot special summon this card except dragon monsters. You can only use, I thought this was a dragon or spellcaster monster. Okay, yeah, you can. Okay. You cannot special summon except dragon monsters. Okay, now I get it. You can only use each of the following effects of Spirit of White of Blue once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can take one Mausoleum of White from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You can tribute this card, special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your hand or graveyard. But if you special summoned an effect monster from your graveyard by its effect, it cannot attack and its effect is negated. Okay, cool. Maiden of White. Okay, I pretty much know what Maiden of White does. I've seen it, but let me just check. You can send this card from your hand to the field, to the graveyard. Place one True Light from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell and trap card zone. If you special summon Blue Eyes while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card. When the card effect is activated that targets this card on the field, or when this card is targeted for an attack quick effect, you can special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon or level 1 Light Tuner from your graveyard. You can only use each effect of Maiden. Yeah, yo, the first version of this card would get on my nerves. It's like, yo, how you supposed to beat this thing when it summons out Blue Eyes? Oh, okay. So this is the regular hollow Wishes of Isa Blue. Okay, cool. Let me see. Discard one card, add one level 1 Light Tuner and one spell / trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand, except Wishes of Isa Blue. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Blue Eyes White Dragon you control, equipped one Blue Eyes monster from your extra deck to it as an equip spell that gives it 400 attack. You can only use each effect of Wishes once per turn. Okay. The Ultimate Spirit Dragon. Your opponent cannot banish cards from your graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. When a card effect is activated on the field quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, this card gains 1,000 attack until the end turn. If this card is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can special summon one Light Dragon from your graveyard except. Okay. I don't know, sometimes I'd be seeing this card be played and like at the end of the turn it goes back into the deck, but I'm guessing that's because of another card's effect, not this card effect. I didn't see anything that said it goes back to the deck. Okay. Neo Kaiser Seahorse. I know a lot of people don't use this. It depends what build, but let me see exactly what this card does. If you control Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can target one Light Tuner you control, increase or decrease its level by 1. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send one Blue Eyes monster or one monster that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to the graveyard, except Neo Kaiser Seahorse. You can only. Okay, so I'm guessing this doesn't get used that much. As the special summon, you need Blue Eyes. But the other effect is still pretty okay. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do with the deck for this. Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. Special summon and defense position one Blue Eyes monster from your deck, graveyard, or banish. But if you control no Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can only special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh, okay, with this effect. You cannot summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except dragon monsters. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Fusion summon one monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, including a Blue Eyes monster. You can only use one Roar effect once per turn. and only once that turn. Effect per turn and only once that turn. Okay. Majesty of White Dragons. Show up to 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons in your hand, face up monster zone in our graveyard, and destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls. You can banish this card from your graveyard. What? Ritual summon 1 ritual monster from your hand by tributing Blue Eyes White Dragons from your hand or field whose totals level equal its level. You can only use the effect. Okay, I'm just not used to seeing people ritual summon with this, so I didn't notice that effect. Okay, we got the 3 Blue Eyes. That's cool. They gave the 3 different arts. I actually have this in a holographic in my Blue Eyes deck. This one. I might have a holographic. I think I have a holographic of this too. I pulled the holo with this and Stampede. All right, cool. So the 3 Blue Eyes. Let's see. Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. I know people don't use this, but let's see what this does. Cannot, but I get it. Blue Eyes is already bricky, but let's see. Cannot be normal summon / set. Must be first special summon from your hand by revealing Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand. You can only special summon Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon once per turn this way. This card name becomes Blue Eyes White Dragon while on the field. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy it. This card. Okay, like, I guess maybe this is considered like win more too slow. But could be good in some cases. Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. I like what I saw this card do in Master Duel, but let's see. Other cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Blue Eyes Jet Dragon once per turn, and only activate them while Blue Eyes White Dragon is on the field or in your graveyard. If cards on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. If it was there when the card was destroyed or hand, even if not. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles, you can target 1. Okay, so this card, wait. Other cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent card effects. So he's protecting cards. You can only use each of the following. He can get special summoned. And at the start of the damage step, if it battles, you could. Okay, so this card is good. Just it could be bricky, but I'll consider using this at 1. We just gotta see. Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 ritual spell or polymerization from your deck to your hand. During the end phase, you can add 1 level 8 or higher dragon monster from your deck to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard. All level 8 or higher dragon monster you control gain once per turn. You can activate. Okay, yeah, this maybe if you got a pure ritual build, this is good, but this seems kind of trash. Okay, like we're not trying to do all of that. All right. I like this card, but I was using this in Duel Link, so I know this is underpowered right now in most situations. This card is always treated as a Blue Eyes card. This card is treated as normal while in the hand or graveyard. When this card is normal or special summon, you can target 1 spell / trap your opponent controls, banish it. If your opponent controls a monster quick effect, you contribute this card. Special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. Yeah, I won't be doing that. Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. What is this? You can ritual summon this card with Chaos form. Must be ritual summoned. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflicts piercing damage. Okay. Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. You can ritual summon this card with Chaos form. Must be ritual summoned. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, this card cannot be destroyed by your opponent card effects. If this card was ritual summoned using Blue Eyes White Dragon, when it declares an attack, you can change the battle position of as many monsters your opponent controls as possible. If you do, the attack defense of those changed monsters becomes 0. Also, that's fire. If this card attacks a defense monster, inflict piercing damage. Okay. White Stone of Legends. If this card is sent to the graveyard, okay, I don't think I'll be using this. This seems kind of like an older card. White Stone of the Ancients. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your deck. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You're gonna use it. Okay, like I might use this. Let's see. I know this card you should probably use at 3. Let's see. As it comes with 3, when this card is normal summoned, you can add one level 1 light tuner from your deck to your hand, except Sage with Eyes of Blue. You can discard this card, then target one effect monster you control. Send it to the graveyard. And if you do, special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your deck. You can only... Okay, so pretty much normal summon, add the level 1 light tuner to the hand. So that could be a effect veiler. You can discard this card to target one effect monster you control. Send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon one Blue Eyes monster from you. Okay, yeah, I see why you would run that card at 3. Let's see. Master with Eyes of Blue. When this card is normal summon, you can target one level 1 light tuner in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can shuffle this card from your graveyard into the deck, then target one effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard other than the sent monster. You can only... Okay, so he can, when this card is normal summon, get a light tuner from the graveyard back to my hand. Okay, so that could be good. You can shuffle this card from your graveyard into the deck, then target one effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon one Blue Eyes monster. You can only... Okay, like, the effect is kind of slow, but it does help with resources. I would say the first effect is the better effect. The second effect is kind of situational. Let's see. Dictator of D. While you control a Blue Eyes monster, you choose the attack and targets for your opponent's attacks. Oh, okay. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can send one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. Wait, once per turn. You can... Oh, okay. You send the Blue Eyes from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Then you special summon this card from your hand. You can discard one Blue Eyes White Dragon or card that mentions it, then target one Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So this could be cool. I gotta like see. Nibiru. I guess, you know, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna run Nibiru at 2, possibly 1. I saw a video on it talking about it's optimal to run it at 1, even though I think 2 is kind of safer, but we'll see. Okay. I do feel like, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a combination of like your skills as a duelist and how good your deck is built. You know, matchups matter too, but like if your deck is built good and you're a good player, you have higher chances of winning. I know what Ash Blossom does, but it's been a while. When a card effect is activated that includes any of these quick effects, you can discard the card, negate it. Add one card from the deck to the hand, special summon from the deck. Send a card from the deck to the graveyard. You can only... Okay. Effect Veiler. During your opponent's main phase quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one effect monster your opponent controls. Negate the effects of that face up monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. Okay, cool. Definitely probably running Effect Veiler at 3 Chaos form. This card can be used to ritual summon any Chaos or Blackluster Soldier ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand, field, or banish Blue Eyes White Dragons, Dark Magicians, and you get equal. Okay. Ultimate Fusion. I know I gotta use this in the deck. During the main phase, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon as fusion materials by shuffling the materials mentioned on it from your hand, field, and or graveyard into the deck. Then you can destroy face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Blue Eyes White Dragons and Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons used from the field as material. You can only, okay, cool. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, this card, some people use it, some people don't. I think they said that like if you just have 3 copies of the structure deck, this is a must. But let's see. Discard 1 card. Add up to 2 dragon monsters with 3,000 or more attack in 2,000. Okay, so pretty much this is getting something in the graveyard and is putting 2, it doesn't have to be blue eyes, but it's putting 2 3,000 attack monsters in my hand. Okay, cool. I'll consider using that. Mausoleum of White, during your main phase, you can normal summon 1 level 1 light tuner in addition to your normal summon. You can only gain this effect once per turn. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Send 1 normal monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, the targeted monster gains equal to the level sent to the graveyard until the end of the turn. Even if this card leaves the field, you can banish this card from your graveyard to add 1 burst stream. Oh, okay. Send 1 normal monster from your hand. Okay, you can target 1. Okay, cool. Burst stream. Yeah, burst stream is funny. I don't think I'm using burst stream though. If you control Blue Eyes White Dragon, destroy. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna risk it. Cool card though. Let's see. Trade in. Discard 1 level. Okay, this could be cool, but I don't see people running it, so I gotta think about this. I guess, you know, they could ash it or something like that, but we'll see. Called by the Grave, definitely running this. Target any monster your opponent's graveyard, banish it, and if you do, until the end of the next turn, its effects are negated as well as activated effects on the field of all monsters with the same original name. Okay. True Light. When your opponent cannot target Blue Eyes White Dragon in your monster zone with card effects, if this face-up card is sent from the field, spell a trap card. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls. You can only use the following effects of True Light once per turn. You can activate 1 of these effects. Special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or graveyard. Set 1 spell/trap from your deck that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon with a different name from the cards you control. Wait. Set 1 spell/trap from your deck that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon with a different name from the cards you control and in your graveyard. Okay, so no duplicates. The ultimate, I think this card sucks if I remember correctly. Target 1 Blue Eyes monster you control. This turn, that face up monster is unaffected by card effects except its own. It cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, any monsters of battles is destroyed at the end of the damage step while this card is in your graveyard. If you normal summon or special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can set this card but banish it when it. Yeah, that's terrible. Destined Rivals. I remember this from Master Duel. If you control Blue Eyes White Dragon or Dark Magician, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. You can only... Okay, so maybe I won't, but maybe I'll side deck this. What's his name would be better? That trap card that just stops monsters effects, but as I don't have that, this is only 1 turn, but this could just be a good, like, just shut down their effects for a turn, but we'll see. I'm trying to use the most effective cards only. Infinite Impermanence. I know what this does, but target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. If this card was set before activation and is on the field, at resolution for the rest of this turn, all other spell/trap cards in the column are negated. If you control no cards, you can activate this from your hand. Okay, cool. Now finally, we're at the extra deck. So Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I got this in Hollow in my old Blue Eyes deck. Neo Ultimate Dragon. What is this? Blue Eyes White Dragon, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Blue Eyes White Dragon. At the end of the damage step, if this fusion summoned card attacked, this is the only face-up card you control. You can send one Blue Eyes monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. This card can attack again in a row. That's fire. You can use this effect if twice per turn. Wait, what? This card can attack again in a row. You can use the effect of twice per turn. When a card or effect is activated that targets a Blue Eyes monster you control, quick effect, you can banish this card. Okay, so this card should be at least good running at once, since it could protect the Blue Eyes monster. You might not be in a situation where you only have that card, but we'll see. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon is either fusion summoned or special summoned by sending the above monsters you control to the graveyard. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Can make up to 2 attacks during each battle phase. At the end of the damage step, when this card attacks your opponent monster, but the opponent monster was not destroyed by battle, you can banish. Okay, so this is pretty good. I don't know if there's room in the extra deck for it though. I know we need the Tyrant Dragon. Blue Eyes White Dragon plus 1 dragon monster must first either be fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by tributing 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon equipped with a fusion monster, unaffected by traps or effects. Unaffected by trap cards or effects. Okay, it's talking about traps, not monsters or effects. Can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each, once per turn at the end of the damage step. If this card battle, you can target one trap in your graveyard, set it. Okay. Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time, once per turn. When an effect of a card in a graveyard is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation. Quick effect, you contribute the Synchro Summon card, special summon 1 Light Dragon Synchro from your extra deck in defense position. Upset Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon will destroy it during the end phase of this turn. Okay, so this is when I see the Ultimate Dragon going away, is because it was summoned by that card. Okay. Orzo Eyes, let's see. This card is special summoned until the end of the next turn. Neither player can target dragon monsters you currently control. With this card effect also, they cannot be destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, during your standby phase, you can target 1 no monster in your graveyard special. Okay, so I guess this could protect the Ultimate Spirit Dragon, and I guess this is what they use to protect True Light. Hieratic Seal, 2 dragon monsters, once per turn. If this card is in the extra monster zone, quick effect, you contribute 1 monster from your hand or field, return 1 face-up card on the field to the hand. If this card is tributed, special summon 1 dragon monster from your hand or deck and make its attack defense 0. You can only use, okay, you contribute 1 monster. Okay, so this is why they tribute this card to get the effect. But what I'm wondering is, once per turn, you can only use a... Okay, so I'm guessing, you know, if you have the materials and if it's wise enough, you could tribute a different monster and save this and get 2 bounces. But a lot of times I see this is the card being tributed. Okay, cool. So I definitely like this deck as a returning Yu-Gi-Oh player who used to play Blue Eyes. And let's see what other cards I got in these other 2 starter decks, as far as like the promo card, if that's what you call it. Come on, quarter century rare. So nope, but this is still a cool Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. Okay, let's see what I got in this last one. But I think it's cool that they added that extra card to it. Like for people who could only buy the deck once or twice, it gives you that extra card to make your deck just that much more better. What is this? Okay, another wishes. All right, so this is cool. I'm happy. I would say, you know, I rate this structure deck 10 out of 10, and I look forward to making a deck with it. So I appreciate y'all checking out. Peace, and remember, don't forget, if you made it to this far to the video, subscribe and check out my Battle Aura TCG. It's very fun. If you like Yu-Gi-Oh, you'll love this game. So talk to y'all next time. Peace.